This is the first part of a series of tutorials for Local 3144. I'm going to start logging into WordPress and Beaver Builder. Up at the top, in order to log in, you'll have to type in the wp-admin after the URL, and it'll give you a login panel there, and you have to put in your username and password. If you've forgotten your password, you can use your username or email address to reset the password, and just be sure to use a secure password. It should be 15 to 20 characters long, and it should be something not easily recognizable. So we're logged into the site. We're on the WordPress side here, and just a quick run through here. We'll see on the left-hand side we have the dashboard and the different sections. The home section gives us a glance at what's available, and this can be manipulated. We have screen options. There's some things we don't need. We don't need to see the Yoast post overview, quick draft. These usually turn off, and then we'll just hit a refresh. And then it'll just kind of refresh the page. And we can close the Screen Options tab here. Taking a little bit of time to refresh. Not sure why, but my machine has been dragging its heels today. So we're going to see that we have news posts. This is if you're posting some news items. The way WordPress works is it creates a single post page for each new post, and then there's an archive page that collects all of those, where you can see all of them at a glance and then pick out the one you would like to read. Pages are the individual pages of the website, and the 3144 is the calendar, so you can add new calendar events into the system. Private content is where we're going to have that set up shortly to be able to have members from the board have access to specific pages. There's also media, which is your library for your images and videos, whatever that you might bring into the site. That's where that resides. And forms are contact forms. I think we have one created on the site where people can fill it out, and then that information goes back to the whoever's been designated to receive that email. The other things we have is comments. We're not going to use comments on the posts, so that's turned off. Appearances lets us get to the menus. Plugins shows you what plugins are installed. Generally, you don't need to get in there, but that does give you access to it. If a new plugin needed to be installed, it does give you access to do that, but I'd just be cautious as far as what you bring in. And profile and tools. One thing that's missing out of here that has to be reset is the users. So we'll have access to the users on the site to know who's there and be able to control the admin of adding people or not. So that's a quick run through of the main topics here. If we click on pages, click all pages, you'll see that there's a listing of the pages that are in the website. If we click over calendar, we click on all events. It'll list all of the events that are listed, and I think currently we don't have any listed. But if we want to add a event, click on add event. And it's a matter of giving it a title, giving it a description, giving a start and end date. You can get down and put hours, location, organizers, anything that might be relevant can be put in here. And then once that's set, that'll create that event and that'll tie it into the calendar. And then once you click on it from the calendar, it'll give you all the details of the event. And media is the library, the media library. We'll skip over private content right now. This is where the images are. and the PDF files, anything that's been brought into the site as assets resides in this media gallery, and that can be accessed. If you click on one, say if we click on this application here, if we click on it, it's an image. You'll see that there's a URL to the right, and that URL is actually the location of the image on the site. So if we were linking to it, like in a PDF, that would be the information that we would need to link that PDF document to a particular link. Other than that, appearances, we have our menu. I jumped down over forms to go back to that, but this is our main menu. You can see that we have the ability to, all of the pages are listed here. We can go view all. If a new page is listed, we can simply click on that, say add to menu, and then it brings it down to the bottom. And then we can move it by clicking and dragging and moving it up to wherever we would want it. And we don't want that, so what we're going to do is just remove it. But you can see these can be moved around. Member pages could be moved into another location by just clicking. That's pretty much, I think, all you need to know about the menus. We'll leave this page. Just go to Forms. We're not going to save, so we're just going to leave. We have two forms in here. We have a newsletter sign up and a contact. If we click on edit, it's going to show the fields that are been set up. And there's a CAPTCHA set for the pages. If we go to settings and we go to notifications, that's where it's going to have, and we click on edit here, it'll have who that email is going to, and right now it's set to go to Harold at local 3144. Also, James is getting an email. Actually, the sent to is up here, admin, Harold, and James. Who it's coming from would be just Harold. I'm actually going to delete the admin, which is me, which doesn't need to be in there now that it's been tested and it's working correctly. So I'm just going to click Update Notifications. So if you wanted to change that, you could simply just add an email into one of these two places. And that's pretty much it for the inside of the WordPress dashboard. If you click up on the upper left-hand corner where you see local 3144, that'll take you to the front end of the website, and that's going to be part 2 of this video.